In 1970, a mother purchased a Raggedy Ann doll from a hobby store. The doll had been a birthday present for her daughter, Donna. She lived in a tiny apartment with her roommate, Angie. Donna placed it on her bed as a decoration and didn't give it a second thought. Within days, they noticed that there was something strange and creepy about the doll. The doll mysteriously seemed to move around the house, relatively small movements at first. Things such as change in position. But as time passed, the movement became more noticeable. Donna and Angie would come home to find the doll in a completely different room. Sometimes the doll would be standing on its feet. Several times, Donna sometimes left the doll on the couch before leaving for work, and would return to find the doll back in her room on the bed with the door closed. Annabelle would not only move, but could write as well. About a month after their experiences, they began to find messages on parchment paper that read, "Help us," and "Help Lou." The handwriting was as if it were written by a small child. The creepy part about the messages was not the wording, but the way they were written. At the time, Donna had never kept parchment paper on which the notes were written in the house, so where did it come from? One night, Donna came home to find the doll had moved again. This time, it was on her bed. Donna had come to find that this was typical of the doll, but somehow, she knew this time it was different. Something wasn't right. Fear came over her when she looked at the doll, and she saw what looked to be like blood on the back of its head and its chest. Seemingly from nowhere, a liquid red substance had appeared on the doll. Scared, Donna and Angie decided it was time to seek expert advice. They contacted a medium and a seance was held. Donna was then introduced to the spirit of Annabelle Higgins. The medium told the story of Annabelle to both Donna and Angie. Annabelle was a young girl that lived on the property before the apartments were built. She was 7 years old when her lifeless body was found in the field upon which the apartment complex now stands. The spirit related to the medium that she felt comfort with Donna and Angie and wanted to stay with them and be loved. Feeling compassion for the doll and her story, Donna gave her permission to inhibit the doll and stay with them. They were too soon to find out, however, that Annabelle was not what she appeared to be. This was no ordinary case and definitely no ordinary doll. Donna finally was willing to believe the spirit in the house was not that of a girl, but inhuman and demonic. She contacted a priest named Father Hagen. The father felt it was a spiritual matter and felt that he needed to contact the higher authority in the church. So he contacted Father Cook, who immediately contacted the Warrens. Ed and Lorraine Warren immediately took interest in the case and contacted Donna concerning the doll. The Warrens, after speaking with Donna and Angie, came to the immediate conclusion that the doll itself was not in fact possessed, but manipulated by an inhuman presence. Spirits do not possess objects like houses or toys. They possess people. An inhuman spirit can attach itself to a place or object, and this is what occurred with Annabelle. The spirit manipulated the doll and made the illusion of it being alive in order to get recognition. Truly, the spirit was not looking to stay attached to the doll. It was looking to possess a human host. The spirit, or in this case, an inhuman demonic spirit, was essentially in the infestation stage of the phenomena. It first began moving the doll around the apartment by means of teleportation to arouse the occupants' curiosity and hope that they would give it recognition. It was a mistake to hire a medium as well. The inhuman spirit, now able to communicate through the medium, preyed on the girl's emotions by pretending to be a harmless, lost young girl, with which during the seance was was allowed permission from Donna to haunt the apartment. Father Cook, although uncomfortable with his role as an exorcist, agreed to perform a 7-page rite of exorcism, a doctrine he recited throughout the apartment, at which point the Warrens were confident the entity would no longer reside there. They agreed to take the rag doll back home with them. Upon leaving, Ed placed the doll in the back seat and agreed he would not take the interstate in the event the inhuman spirit still resided with the doll. His suspicions were all too correct in no time. Felt themselves as the object of hatred. Then at each dangerous curve, the car swerved, with every corner causing the power steering and brakes to fail. Repeatedly, the car verged on collision. Ed reached into the back seat into his black bag, took out a little vial of holy water, and doused the doll, making the sign of the cross over it. The disturbances stopped immediately, and when the Warrens were away and had the doll locked up in the outer office building, they would often return it to find it sitting comfortably upstairs in Ed's easy chair. When they opened the main front door, the doll also showed a hatred for clergymen who came to the house. Now Annabelle sits alone in the box, away from any life in Ed and Lorraine's museum.